Welcome to Prophetic Name Meanings. Today we're going to look at the meaning of Stephen, Steve and Stephanie. My name's Enoch Lavender from Olive Tree Ministries. Now you may be looking for a baby name, you might be looking for the meaning of your own name and perhaps the destiny it implies. But I have found that even as we understand the meaning of this name, it will help us better understand our Bibles, and it will contain a lesson for all of us, even if you do not carry this name or have any connection to this name yourself. So let's have a look at names and destinies. In the Hebrew Bible, the meanings of a name would often reveal keys to one's destiny. For example, our Savior, Yeshua, or Jesus as we call him, means salvation. And Jacob, he had, as you know, 12 sons, and the destiny of his sons that he prophesied related in large part to the meaning of their names. For example, he said that Gad, a troop will tramp upon him, but he shall triumph at last. If you read this in the Hebrew, it literally says, Gad, a Gad shall gad him, but he shall gad at last. So it's basically the prophetic destiny of Gad relates to shades of meaning of his name that all interlink and intertwine. And so as we look at names and meanings, there is a lot that comes out of perhaps heaven's perspective on a person. Now many of us, we will look at the big events of a person's life to define them. So if we think of Stephen, we think of him as the first martyr. And here he is, a victim of persecution, one who stood up for what was right. But perhaps the overwhelming understanding is a victim. But I believe heaven's perspective is different, and as we look at the meaning of his name, we're going to discover something completely different. The victor's crown. The name Stephen comes from root word meaning a crown. It implies a reward, great honor. It's given to victors in public games, Olympics and so on. It shows one's exalted rank. So while Stephen may be known as a martyr and a victim from earth's perspective, I believe that heaven's perspective shown through his name is that he is known as victorious and of high rank. Some of us have been through great suffering in our lives. Many bad things have happened, and people may look at you, and we may look at ourselves as victims of our circumstances. But as we set our eyes on God, we have a reward from him, and that is the focus. That is the truth from heaven's perspective over our lives. Stephen's perspective, while he was being persecuted, while they were coming against him and gnashing their teeth at him and getting ready to stone him, it said that he looked up into heaven and he saw the glory of God. He saw the reward. He saw the joy set before him. He did not focus on the evil happening against him, but he focused on God and his glory. The Bible tells us the same about Jesus, that he is the author, he is the finisher of our faith. He is the example for us, because for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame. So he had a focus on the joy set before him. Stephen had a focus on the glory of God in the midst of persecution. And so this name Stephen tells us firstly that we are not victims of our circumstances. It tells us that there is a reward laid up for us as we follow God faithfully. So let's be inspired by the story of Stephen. And if you carry a name related to this, I pray this will really inspire you in terms of your life, your destiny, and your calling. And ultimately, I believe God has set a reward, a crown for all of us as we follow him faithfully. And that word, a reward or crown in the Bible, is the word Stephanos, from which we get the name Stephen. What do you think about this name? Please leave your thoughts, leave your comments at the bottom of this video on the meaning of the name and how this relates to you. Please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever you find us. And if you like more resources from our ministry or to support us, please go to olivetreeministries.tv. May God bless you abundantly.